Welcome back to Things are heating up in Corinth, Mississippi. We're at the home of the Warriors. That would be Corinth High School for the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. And man, it's heating up tonight. We're about to see two big-time schools go at it. Lee High School from Huntsville, Alabama, drove 2 hours to be here at this contest. They are a 6A school from the state of Alabama. And then a 2014 Final Four 6A team from right here in the state of Mississippi, all the way from Jackson. It's the Provine Rams. These two teams will go at it. A few players we want to mention. We'll get you the rest of the starters here in a second, but here's a few. For Lee High School, Jerron Sism, raw skilled player, but very athletic, a big-time dunker. That's him in the middle, number 22. He stands 6. He is a. And then on the Provine side, several guys to talk about, but Jerikas Davis has looks from Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and mid-major schools across the country. A very smooth shooter. One word to describe him, his coaches say, is poise. He is very calm, cool, and collected. It's the Rams and the Generals, and it's coming your way right now. Tip controlled by the Rams from Provine High School in Jackson, Mississippi. It's another Mississippi versus a battle, as it'll be Mississippi and Alabama going at it. A pull-up three is nothing but nylon. That would be Marcus Wallace, the point guard for Provine. He's got a three to start things off. It's 3-0. 7.5 to play in the first quarter. Just underway here in Corinth.
Something about this gym here for the Warriors. Players just seem to come off nice and loose. Our games start off quickly on the offensive end, usually from three-point land so far here on day one.
Lots of threes going down in day one. That's right. I hope it continues tomorrow. It's fun to watch. High scoring. A lot of good basketball played here today. Close games, too. This will be Malik Burnett with the ball. And now we have a steal quickly coming back the other way, all the way coast to coast. That was Jerikas Davis, but still Provine basketball. And they're going to work against a, looks like a 1-3-1, almost like a matchup zone, maybe a 2-3. A three from Jerikas Davis, no good. He's one of their leading scorers. We have a turnover as Jerron Sism steps on the baseline after grabbing the rebound.
One of the few times you'll see his 6'8" frame kind of work against him there. Legs too long to keep that second foot inbound.
Provine to inbound. Gonna work it around. It does look more like a traditional 2-3 now. Marcus Wallace has 1-3, and the only points in this game already. Hard to the rim. I thought surely we'd get a whistle. That'll be on Sism. Hard to the rim. That's number 5 for Provine. That's Khalil Johnson. He stands 6'5", just a junior. Some schools show some interest to him.
Sorry about that, Logan, but we're just saying it's, when you look at that foul, it's tough because, when you look at Sism, hopefully for Lee, he's able to stay out of foul trouble, but you pick up that foul there, and instead of just putting your arm straight up so your foul don't be called, he lunges forward a little bit, and he still wasn't even in a position to really block that.
After the offensive rebound, Johnson misses another one, and in transition, Lee turns it over. That's an issue for this Lee team so far this year, is turnovers to the goes Provine. They come up short. And a little sloppy to start. We have 1-3 go down, but nothing else since. Lob play to the rim. Pass deflected and out of bounds. Tracy to come up with that. He has had some looks from some mid-major and lower Division I schools. A nice move on the inside, too strong on the shot by Evan Wiley. Provine with a 4-point lead and the basketball, pushing the 10. Here's Sism, stop, pop, got it. That is a smooth looking jump shot. Correction, that's not Sism, that is Davis, Jarikas Davis. I'm getting my teams mixed up to get started here. A little shaky. This is game number 6 of day 1. We've got 7 more tomorrow as well. So a little rusty at times, but Jarikas Davis with a smooth jump shot. You know, he's got looks from Ole Miss, Mississippi State, major schools, Marcus, and it's easy to see why. I mean, that was smooth a J as you'll see here during this classic.
Okay, I couldn't agree with you more. Really nice to help this momentum continue to develop here for Provine.
On the baseline, power dribble, skip pass across the way. That's Ashton Ray. Good little ball movement, flip and a fall. Start the turnover counter because Lee has struggled. They've got 3 already.
Yeah, was able to watch Lee play earlier this week in the Jared Cook Classic in the Atlanta area. They played a very tough Pebblebrook team with a lot of talented guys, but they didn't help themselves in the turnover area in that game either. So we'll see if they've been able to make an improvement here in this one.
Going baseline, a nifty little bounce pass there. It's going to go out of bounds off of the Generals. It'll be Provine basketball. Marcus Wallace is kind of doing the point guard duties right now. In the lane, strong take. Jarikas Davis doing it on the inside now. Ashton Ray into the front court. An 8-0 run to start the game for Provine. Lee in trouble. Skip pass. In the lane. Stop and pop. There's a foul. That's Malik Burnett forcing the issue there. He stopped and popped at the free throw line, drew the contact, and will go to the line.
And again, I just think when you look at fouls, and the referees have done a good job of calling the games today, but you never know when you're going to get some fouls that you may not deserve or some ticky-tackling. So, you just want to be able to preserve those. There, he fouled that guy that was shooting a 20-foot one-hand floater.
Right.
So it's one of those things to where you want to be able to, make sure you preserve those fouls. Of course, it's easier said than done. It's easier to be armchair player coach over here on the sidelines, but still. He's smarter than that as he's got to go to the bench with another foul.
8-2 is your score. I definitely agree, and maybe not the most heady play to reach in there on the shot. Provine, boy, they don't waste any time. Quickly back the other way, got an easy look, missed it. Offensive rebound, no good. Another chance, no good. And finally put in there by Karanji Matori. Karanji Matori. I know I've got Karanji right. The coach has helped me with that. And in the front court, another Lee Generals miss. Getting it out of the trap wisely. And jump shot was deflected. That was Enrique Milton going for that, Jay. Going baseline, boy, lots of contact, and he lost the ball out of bounds. It'll just be a turnover. Hard to imagine there's a no call there, but that was a strong move by Tracy Burnett, and he came up empty. Coaching staff for Lee, they are not quiet about the fact they thought that was a foul. Into the front court. Here's Enrique Milton, and they're letting them play. That's another heavy contact play with no fouls. I don't mind that at all. We just got to call it both ways. Let them play on both sides.
That's a great point. They've done a great job of being consistent. And then also, you look at that last shot, the officials aren't going to bail you out on certain plays. That was a kamikaze type drive.
Hard to the hole. Roos, he's got his first two. Provine putting it on early. 12-2 is the score. on the inside. A turnaround, easy layup there. 2 for Teron Hayes. Into the front court. Jerikas Davis spotting up at the free throw line. How about the glass shot from Alan Roos? I'm not sure if he called that. He had Jerikas wide open, but it wanted the bank from the corner, I guess.
But hate to play horse against that guy if that's the kind of shot he's hitting.
Same way on the other end, Malik Burnett somehow gets that one to go in the lane and in some traffic. In the front court, a little hesitation. Get that out of here. Swatted out of there. That's Tracy Burnett. And then on the hustle play, it'll be Lee basketball as DeAndre Rainey saves it in off a defender.
Big swat there. Burnett. It's a lot of long athletic pieces for Coach Greg Brown's team out of Huntsville. Like you mentioned earlier, the problem has just been turnovers and being able to get into a rhythm offensively.
Into the lane, a strong drive, bodies flying everywhere. That's Deron Sism. He draws the block and will go to the line for 2. And you'll get an example of what I'm talking about when I said earlier he has very raw skill, but he's very athletic. If you watch his free throw shot, you can tell it's just not as smooth as perhaps it should be. It's kind of guided up there with some interesting, but he gets the first to go. And same for the second. Can't argue with results. It's just not as smooth as perhaps the scouts would like it to be, or else he'd be getting looks from some bigger schools. Tracy Burnett on the interception, if you will. He's trying to go the length of the floor, and another turnover. Quickly back the other way. Enrique throws it off the glass, and to make that rejection was Deron Sism. However, that was off the glass first. That'll be a goaltending every time.
Sism with a little bit of Kevin Garnett there. He easily saw that hit the glass, but the whole point is he doesn't want to see the opponent see it go through the net.
Provine a 1-2-2. This would be a 12 press. Full court defense, trying to force a turnover. Lee in transition, that's just what they do. They cough it up in the lane. Active hands for Provine. Quickly back the other way. Alan Roos. Bounce pass into the corner, not where you want the ball against a trap, but somehow they skip it out of there. Davis, now with the ball, Chauncey Buckner. Enrique Milton on the floor for Provine as well. Guarded closely by Teron Hayes. Here's Milton with the left hand, crossing over. Now going with the lane, wild shot off the back bar and in. That will not count, as the black bars that go horizontal above the backboard are certainly out of bounds.
That was one of those shots off the old Michael Jordan and Larry Bird McDonald's commercials. Off the flag, off the top of the goal.
The horse commercials. Wow, a ferocious block in transition. Another one, that was Sism from behind. Boy, Lee protecting the rim, I'll give them that much. They might be turning it over like crazy, like that, but they're protecting the rim. Alan Roos in transition. This time, a stop and pop, a little drop off. There's Jerikas Davis. Just get him the ball and watch him shoot. He's got 3 smooth jump shots.
Play got a little helter-skelter there for a second.
And it continues that way. Another turnover for Lee High School. The Generals can't seem to make a trip up the court without turning the ball over at least once. Not to beat the dead horse, but that is clearly the issue here for Lee. They've got length, athleticism, but not the best ball security. Jerikas Davis over, carrying violation on the far sideline over there. diagonal pass, a stop and pop three, off back iron, no good. That was at the buzzer. Teron Hayes comes up empty, and a 19-8 sloppy first quarter, to say the least, for Lee High School. They trail the Rams of Provine. You're watching the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic as we head to break. A look at that smooth jump shot from Jerikas Davis. Back here at the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic, let's see if the General High School out of Huntsville, Alabama can limit the turnovers and get back in this one. They trail quickly, 19-8. They're down by 11. Another pass deflection. Credit the Provine defense as well. They seem to be everywhere, and they draw another turnover, as that was Khalil Johnson in the lane. And I heard a coach say he's sliding. Well, that may be true, but if the offensive player is out of control, it'll still be a foul charge. That's something a lot of people don't realize. If the player is out of control, they can get a charge even if the defender is not set. Jerikas Davis, Reigns J, is as automatic as it gets. He's got 8.
He's really doing a good job of taking what the
stop, wild jump stop. I'm surprised that's not a charge as well, as Jerron Sism, he covered a lot of ground with that jump stop. I'll give him that.
He did. He covered a lot of ground, and like you said, he's a freak athlete. He does a great job. But that play right there, we call that OC, short for out of control. Really bailed out by the fact that that was a blocking call.
Here's Sism on the wing. Is he going to try to penetrate again? No, he's going to give it up. This is Kendrick Ashby. Now going baseline. Pump fake. Shot in the lane. Swatted out of there. Good defense by Khalil Johnson. Into the front court. Enrique Milton. What a pass from Enrique. Found a cutting Andre 2. And he's got 2. Another steal. Back the other way. Andre 2. Ooh, a deflation of the basketball. That is Tracy Burnett. They turn the ball over, but they recover well, and Burnett smacked that one into the ground, returned to sender. Might get a look at that on the Powerade replay. We will, in transition, look at the closeout chase down block from Burnett.
The big fella sized that one up all the way.
Leaped off 2 feet, too. That's not something you see very often on the chase down block, is the 2 feet leap.
Tracy Burnett, a one-man SWAT team so far here in this one, as Lee trying to climb up out of this hole.
He needs to swat a few more. They trail by. It's not so much the defense that's a problem for Lee. It's the turnovers that lead to easy buckets. That's 2 away from you and 2 for the other team. It's a 4-point swing anytime there's a turnover like that.
You know, I mentioned it earlier. They played against Pebblebrook, a team that has, a starting 5 of all Division I players. And they turned the ball over so much that game was 22-2 before they even looked up.
A nice move by Daniel Phillips on the inside. Maybe Provine will go to him more. That was a smooth move and a kind of a drop hook there.
Be careful with the ball. Don't beat the basketball.
Sism. Up top, here's Ashby. Over on the wing. 3 ball way long. It ended up working out like a pass. 2 shot attempts no good. 3's no good. And finally, Sism's going to clean it up and put it in. He's got 4. Ashton Ray guarding the ball up top. Marcus Wallace with the basketball. Him and Andre Tu running this offense. Two very crafty point guards, both listed as a point guard in the program. Enrique Milton. Jarikus Davis into the lane. There's that mid-range jumper. My goodness, over an outstretched hand. Jarikus Davis has it going. He's got 10, all 10 on jump shots.
He's playing like a senior. Very comfortable out there, really helping set the tone and not doing too much.
If the scouting report says poised, the scouting report is 100% accurate so far. We've played a quarter and a half. 20 is your score. Provine all over Lee. Over for Lee as either as a double dribble or walk, couldn't tell. That was called against Sism as he made his move. And heading to the locker room is Jarikus Davis. I don't know if it's, now he's limping. I thought it was blood on the jersey, but he's limping to the locker room. They'll get him taped up and back. It looks like he seemed to be on his own power. In the corner, nice pump fake, changing light bulbs over there on the far side. Marcus Wallace up top. On the inside, a turnaround Jay. How about that look? Daniel Phillips, he's got 4.
Wasn't expecting that from the big fella.
Daniel turns around and floats one to the rim. Good ball movement from Lee on this possession. They get a wide open look out of it that's not even close. Too strong. Back the other way off the Ashby miss. Ashby recovers and makes the block. Here comes Ashton Ray. Ray it up and it's laid in. It was a nice little look to Ashby. Ashby gets his first 2 points. He airballed a 3, blocked a shot, and then got a layup all in 3 trips. On the inside, an easy bunny missed by Daniel Phillips.
I like to see more of that from Ashton Ray that we saw on that last play. There are times where you look at Lee and you wonder, where's the point guard on the floor? And that's not a knock to these guys. At the end of the day, it's early in the season. It's easy to critique. But we need to see Ray be more assertive and I think really lead these guys. He's got a ton of athletes around him. He just has to lead the orchestra, so to speak.
A very proud program, Lehigh. They are the 2010 6A state champs, so not far removed from that success. But it's a team that has several issues to work through early in the season. You're right. Shot on the way from Rouse, no good. On the rebound, Chauncey Buckner reaches in and fouls Sism.
It's always interesting from the standpoint of a coach. You might have a lot of people that are, throwing dirt on the Generals or really just in, a lot of times we're so hasty to make reactions and make assessments of teams when at the end of the day it's a season for a reason.
And dropping rhymes to my right over here. It's a season for a reason. I love it.
That's all for now. I'll be here all weekend, ladies and gentlemen. That's just a little taste test.
That's the preview of the show to come. Jerron Sism shows a little range, knocks down the three-pointer. It's a 16-point advantage now for Provine. Milton into the front court. Milton lost control, had it knocked out of his hands, got it back, shot up, he gets landed on. Somebody putting it through, that's Alan Rouse, he's got 6.
There he is in the corner.
Ashton Ray kicks it over to Sism, wants another 3. He gets another 3. And we've got a timeout. Provine not liking what they're seeing from their defense as Sism gets 2 wide open looks from beyond the arc, knocks them both down. 32-17 is your score.
Let's take another look at what happens when Ashton Ray leads the squad.
Ashton Ray in transition throws the lob. That's on the receiving end of that was Kendrick Ashby. That's two very capable ball handlers. And I'm with you. You want to see them take charge of this team a little more. They showed you that play right there. Ashby with the find and Ashby with the bucket and Ashton Ray with the find.
Yeah, because I think until they minimize turnovers, we're not really even getting a chance to evaluate this team and really see the full pieces. And we still see they have talent despite some of that.
Rouse running the point guard. Correction, that's Wallace running the point. Here's Milton. Jarikus Davis back into the game. Trap in the corner. It's going to be a block against Teron Hayes. Stuck the old chicken wing knee out. That's one way to trap somebody, stick your knees out. If they try to go by, they're going to get dead leg. That's a playground trick. Right by his defender, to the rim, can't finish. Cleared off the glass by Burnett. Burnett's going to bring it into the front court, going to handle it a little bit himself. Gets it over to Sism. Sism with the left hand, crossing over, lost control, still got it. On the baseline, he's stuck in the corner, wrong place to be. Got it to Sism, jump shot, good. Sism with 2 more. He's found his offense here. He's got 12 in the game.
When you take care of the ball, you create opportunities like that. And Sism, he's cashing in on them.
Jarikus Davis, wow, Jarikus I'm not sure if he's used the rim on any of his mid-range jumpers. That one of the fadeaway variety. He leads all scorers with 14.
He's knocking down the J, but you look at the frame, very solid guy, so he can use his body to create space.
Arcing jumper in, out, and back in for Teron Hayes. He's got 4. Offense is picked up. 34-20 is the score. Lee still in a hole. There's Davis again. Back iron, no good. How about the tip? Climbing the ladder, no good. Davis ends up with it again. Missed again, too strong on that shot. Alan Rouse got his hand in on it, and I believe it's off Lee. It'll be Provine basketball. Inbounding for Provine will be Enrique Milton. Checking into the game, Daniel Phillips. He's got a mid-range J and a bucket around the block. Here he is again. Phillips burrowing over his defender. Had it deflected. Here comes Lee in transition. On the fast break. Strong take and stronger denial. Jarikus Davis showing he can do it on the defensive end as well. In the lane, pull up J off the backboard, no good. Kind of a wild attempt there. Here's Sism. No, I'm sorry, that's Burnett in transition. Davis got another one. Jarikus Davis with another block. 2 transition denials now. Marcus Wallace up top, running point guard duties. Guarded closely by Burnett. Here's Wallace. Wallace on the wing. Floater off the glass, no good. Phillips' tip, no good. Gets it again. He's fouled and scores. Daniel Phillips, he's got 6, a chance to make it 7 at the line. There's 5 seconds to play in the first half. Lee trailing Provine 22-36.
Provine obviously in the driver's seat in this one, but we can honestly see Lee getting better as a course of this first half, especially over the past 4 to 5 minutes or so, turning the ball over less, getting players like Sism involved.
Phillips' free throw is through there. He's now got 7. 5 seconds to play. It'll be Hayes to inbound. Now Malik Burnett. Burnett in transition, flying to the rim. Man, he was hammered. Phillips got all of Burnett as he went to the rim. I think he got it around the face, maybe an elbow around the chin. 1.2 seconds to play. He'll go to the line. Chance to get 2 points for Lee heading into the locker room. The first is short, but it rattles in. He got them both. 2 smooth-looking free throws for Burnett. Provine content to let the final second tick off. 37-24 is your score. Provine on top of Lee. Lee trying to make a run right there at the end of the half. And a look at Jerikas Davis going to work on the fadeaway from the baseline short corner area. Was nothing but nylon. He has really shown out. He leads all scorers with 14. We'll be back with the second half. More from the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic in Corinth, Mississippi. Right after this broadcast is brought to you, powered by SUV TV.
Crossover intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act as your video coordinator by giving you searchable clips, advanced statistics, shot charts, and a lot of other great info that you can access from any PC or through our iPad. Just upload your video through the Crossover website, and 24 hours later, your film will be completely indexed and tagged. Each play will become its own video clip, allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist. highlight reel, and share everything with your players or assistant coaches. Crossover will also provide you with all of the numbers from each game, including complete player stats for both teams and advanced metrics like these. We even take the shooting numbers a step further with an interactive shot chart that lets you visualize the data. Player, quarter, makes or misses, shot to watch the corresponding video. Crossover intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film, back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect.
Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. I want to say a quick thank you to a couple of our sponsors real quick. We want to thank Powerade, Hampton Inn, Physicians Urgent Care right here in Corinth, Mississippi, and in crossover basketball. Without those sponsors, this event and broadcast does not happen, and we're underway in the second half of Game 6. Provine on top 37-24 over Lee High School. Lee High School from Huntsville, Alabama. Provine from Jackson, Mississippi. Forcing the issue on the baseline and traveling with it. Andre Two. Last name is spelled T-I-E-U, but the coaches helped me out, told me that is pronounced just like the number, 2. In the front court now, it's Jerron Sism. You got Burnett on the floor. Ashton Ray as well. He's going to get it into Sism. That's a wise idea. Sism leads the scoring for Lee. He had 12 in the first half, and we're just underway. Sism, nice look on the inside to Burnett. He can't come up with it. It's a 5-on-2 break. The whole Provine team running, and it's swatted out of bounds. That's Evan Wiley with the block. Evan Wiley rocking a unique hairstyle, and he's also athleticism, so I guess he gets away with the hairstyle if you've got the back it up. That was an impressive block. And here's the man of the hour. That's Jarikus Davis, number 4 for Provine. Jarikus had 12 points in the first half, 15 in the first half, and it was the way he had them that was so impressive. Just smooth jump shot. And speaking of smooth, that was Marcus Wallace, his second 3 of the game. He started the first half with a 3, and now he has started the second half with a 3, and that's his only 6 points. Stroke. Yeah, I'd like to see him shoot more to see how consistent that stroke is. I think that's his only 2 shot attempts of the game, and they're both in the bottom. Sism, shot up, put back by Burnett, Malik Burnett. He's an athletic swingman, just a sophomore you want to keep your eye on in the future. Malik Burnett for Lee High School. Battle for the rebound there. Over the back, I believe, is going to be called against Evan Wiley. 3 ball from the corner. My goodness, Jarikus Davis, give him 17. 3 from the corner, just as smooth as the rest of his mid-range jump shots that he had in the first half. Those are his first points of the second. Evan Wiley up top, crossing over. How about the socks Evan Wiley's wearing? I hadn't noticed those until just now. They deserve their own little segment, so we're not going to go there. Nice interior passing. Tracy Burnett lays that one off the glass for 2. Lee gets some easy buckets every once in a while, but it seems Provine has 2 or 3 answers for every 1 bucket Lee gets. Interior passing. There's a ball on the floor. Jarikus ends up with it. Shot up, no good. Tapped up, no good. Davis gets the rebound. He's got people slapping at it. He's going to calmly kick it out to Milton. Milton kicks it back to Davis. That's the first mid-range J that he's had open that he's actually missed. There's a collision on the far sideline in front of some stands over there. In front of some fans, I should say. Out of bounds, Lee basketball. So here come the Generals in a hole. Ashton Ray running point guard duties against a 2-3 zone from Provine. They're going to make outside. Sism has been the only one that's been able to do that. Here's a 3 on the wing, back iron and good. Ashton Ray desperately needed that shot. His other 2 shot attempts in this game were not very close. It's a 12-point advantage for Provine. Lee's slowly trying to climb back in this one and make it a game. Here's that stroke we were wanting to see again. Shot up, no good. That's Wallace. And here comes Lee with the basketball. Chance to cut it to 10. A good look. Another pump fake, and he's shoved before the shot. That's Sism trying to get the shot up. 2 pump fakes, showed some patience, and was pushed out of bounds. Got to say hello to everybody in the hospitality room watching. They got a big screen set up. They're enjoying their meals. I know we got people watching online all across the United States, maybe some scouts and fans of just high school basketball watching as well. Big prospects coming in the building in the next game. Malik Newman, arguably the most touted and hyped up player in this classic, the number 3 player according to ESPN for the class of 2015. And what makes it interesting is that he is uncommitted as of right now. He has not picked his school. Evan Wiley gets 2 in the paint, and it's a 10-point game. Don't look now, but here come the Generals from Lee High School out of Huntsville, Alabama. Pull-up jumper, shot up, no good. Sism with the rebound, and he's shoved. Momentum clearly on the side of the Generals. Minutes to play in the third quarter.
Like we touched on in the first half, we're doing nothing but seeing these guys continue to get better over the course of this game, but still it's been a very impressive showing by Davis. He's really helped in but not break in response to these lead runs.
Calm, cool, and collected. Those are 3 adjectives I've heard to describe Sharikas Davis. With the ball in his hands, he just doesn't seem to panic, which is a very good quality. In the last game, we saw that from Jalen Fisher, another guy that doesn't seem to panic. Marcus Wallace has also gotten in on Powerade replay, obviously brought to you by Powerade. Might get that for you here in a little bit. Actually, from the baseline view. Get some replays to you. It's the folks at SUV TV putting this broadcast on, and they're doing a great job. Marcus Burnett, who sits beside me, is the founder. His wife is working a camera, and he's got a crew here helping with cameras as well, and they do a professional job making this look good, and hopefully I'm helping it not sound ridiculous, and we'll just move right on through this awesome tournament. Sism turns it over. It'll be Provine basketball into the front court. This is Enrique Milton. And a little fake pass and a jump shot. That'll work. Karanji Matori for 2.
As Coach Greg Brown just stomps his shoe because it didn't. The player wanted to take that shot. It was just,
the old foot stomp. And I don't know if you caught that or not. Enrique Milton thought the ball had already landed out of bounds, so he went and just grabbed it. But when he did, he was standing out of bounds, so it'll stay Lee basketball. If he'd have just let it land, it would have been Provine ball. Skip pass. 3 on the way. A big shot. He's got another one. That's Ashton Ray. Back-to-back 3s for him. And it's a 9-point advantage. Smallest the deficit has been since the first quarter. And by first quarter, I mean the first minute of the game.
I think despite all the assets around him, Lee will go as number Ray goes, whether it's scoring or whether it's just controlling the game and making sure guys hold on to the ball.
Sism pulls the rebound, throws a wild pass. We got a scrum in the corner, saved in bounds. Wiley goes up, good strong move, lays it up and in. That's what Lee wants. They want a chaotic pace. They need to get Provine out of their comfort zone, and that's what they've done. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. 48, it's only a 7-point game. Here's Davis. That's not who you want with the ball if you're Lee. He misses, left that one short. They don't get the rebound. You get the feeling the gym actually is pulling for Lee to make a little comeback. So Provine is the missing. Well, I think when it comes down to it, they want to see Provine win because it is Mississippi versus Alabama. However, I think we all kind of subtly pull for the comeback.
Yeah, you know,
to make it interesting if you don't have a rooting interest.
most definitely. You know, like you said, we have no fighter in the ring, but at the end of the day, we want to see these players be given situations where they can perform and show what they can do. And a 40-point blowout really doesn't allow that.
Not at all. We like to see a close game, competitive, good coaching, good players. Here's Sism for three. That would have been big. Loose ball. Ooh, I thought he was going to lift off into about 3 rows of stands there. He set up and timed his steps. We were about to see a Lambo leap into the 5th row on the far sideline.
It's got to be nice to know when you leap out of bounds, you can maybe make it to about the 4th or 5th row.
Yeah. Take me 3 or 4 steps to get there. Here's Davis, post move, spun, and they're going to call him for a charge. They're going to say he used that left elbow to hook the defender. The official was right on top of it. That's one of the things you always look for is, was the official in the right angle? Did he have the right angle? And he sure did. He was right on top of that. Ashton Ray, who's had the hot hand, into the lane. Kind of a wide attempt. We're going to have a jump ball. I'm not sure if that's a no call, a charge. They let it go. Jump ball, it'll be Lee basketball.
That was easy. He's doing a good job of kind of getting into the heart of the defense. But there, you would have liked to see that nice little pull-up. You would avoid the over-penetration in the charge, and you got a lot of long bodies following your miss if you do miss.
DeAndre Rainey picked a great time. His first basket. He drew the foul. The lead is 5.
We're seeing this Lee Huntsville team get better. I can't say it enough. I know it's been redundant, but we got to give credit where it's due. We talked about the turnovers. Got to give them credit for really growing as a team right in front of our eyes here.
Andre Rainey, tie-dye socks and all, puts the free throw through for the 3-point play. 45-41. The third quarter has been all Generals. Provine really struggling to get any offense going. Part of it's this press that Lee has put on. You see it right now. This press is quick and athletic. Kind of lull you to sleep and then trap you in the corners. There's Marcus Wallace. He's got 2 big threes in this one. That coaching staff wanted a moving pick. You probably caught that on our mics. Pull up Jay from 15 feet, no good. Wiley, who has been a spark plug, pulls the rebound. Bounce pass into the front court. Loose ball on the floor. Wiley recovers it. Lee's going to run an offensive set. Ashton Ray. Left is Kendrick Ashby. Got Wiley on his right. He's got Rainey on his right. And in the middle is Burnett. In the lane, Ray lost control, and he's going to be called for the carry. Boy, head coach Greg Brown, he's one of those coaches that gets conditioning in during the game. He's up and down, sweating. He's pacing the sidelines over here. 13 seconds to play. This is a big possession for Provine. They only lead by 4. Their lead has been cut tremendously.
He's got to be excited. He sees the same development from his team that we see.
Wallace into the lane, bounce pass, big collision and a foul. That's going to be on Tracy Burnett as he went over the top. Was going to pin that one against the backboard, but the pump fake left him hanging in the air. It's a scary feeling when you leap to block and the ball handler still has the ball on the floor. You're at the mercy of the undercut. And luckily for him, he can slap the backboard and balance himself. In and out, 0 for 2 on the free throw stripe. Loose ball on the floor. That's a big loose ball, and it rolls out of bounds as the quarter expires, as time expires. 45-41. We have another ball game. The Lee Generals have clawed back into this one. The Provine is kind of on the ropes.
Some of the hustle that really helped create a lot of the momentum that we're seeing from Lee. These guys are really rolling on all cylinders right now.
You see their bench getting into it. It's kind of the messy style of basketball that's allowed Lee to get back into this. Deflections and turnovers and transition buckets. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here in just a second. It's the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic from Corinth, Mississippi, brought to you on the SUVTV.com. For those of you just joining us, we enter into the fourth quarter. The Lee Generals have climbed back into this one. They had a deficit of nearly 20 in the second quarter it was, and they have slowly but found their way back into this game by creating messy basketball. That deflections and turnovers and transition buckets, that's been the recipe. Provine looking for answers on the offensive end. You would assume they're going to look for Jarikas. He is their highly touted prospect, looks from Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Here's Phillips on the interior, good interior passing, and an easy two for Allen Rouse.
Nice finish by Rouse, but I like what I've seen from the big fella for Provine.
Phillips.
Yeah. He's made the right plays. We saw him come in and hit us with a little razzle-dazzle, a splash mid-range, finish inside, but also showing the passing touch there as well.
He's been very effective and efficient. This will be Sism at the free throw line. He's 2 for 2. And his Lee Generals trail by 6. Make it 5 now. 7.5 to play. We're just underway in the fourth quarter. The fourth and final quarter of game number 6. We got one more after this, and it's a doozy. Sism. It's a 4-point game again. Wallace trapped, lobs it up. It's up for grabs, and there's a steal by Lee. A chance to cut into the deficit. They could cut it to 2. A pull-up 3 on the way. Left it short. Deflection. Run out. Jarikas Davis. What a block! Make that a foul coming out of nowhere with the hustle play. That may, in fact, go down as an intentional. I don't know if they'll talk about it. Not intentional, I should say flagrant. That was Kendrick Ashby with no regard for the welfare of Jarikas Davis on that play. The replay would show that that was a violent one at the rim. Davis wanted to throw that one down.
And see, that's why you give credit to the officials. You touched on as far as being at the right angle. He was at the right angle to see that the contact looked, I think, a lot worse than it was. Too many times you see an official call because the play looks harder than it really was. You got to really assess it, because at the end of the day, you look at a ticky-tack foul in that type of situation, he's going to put you on a poster.
48-43. Davis gets 1 of 2 at the line. Lee still very much in this. Floater in the lane, off the glass. It goes through the net and then off his head. That's Malik Burnett. He's had a great afternoon. Him and Sism have led this Lee Generals team back into it with their hard-playing defense. There's another loose ball on the floor. Who wants it? Wallace has it. Deflected, blocked. An easy 2 is missed. And here come the Generals. 3-point advantage. 3 on the way for the tie. In and out, no good. The bench to our left was ready to go bananas if Ashton Ray would have put that in. And there's a takeaway. It's a 1-on-1. An easy layup for Ashton Ray. How about that? Misses the 3, gets the steal and lays it in. Now he's in defensive position right in the grill of Enrique Milton. Gambles on the steal. Milton goes to the hole hard and gets fouled. A heads-up play by Milton. Knew that he shedded his defender and went straight to the rim.
And Ashton Ray, there's no surprise. It's not a coincidence that we're seeing this resurgence in Lee, and we're seeing Ashton Ray play well as well. Big correlation there.
Wiley comes out. I tell you what, he's not going to be all over the stat sheet, but Evan Wiley has been active on the inside, and that's something that you often overlooked is just the deflections and the active energy on the inside. Second free throw is good. Into the front court. A wild shot attempt. We're going to go with a blocking call there. Malik Burnett hard to the rim, and he'll go to the line for 2 because of it. Just about at capacity in the stands anyway on both sides of this court. A few seats to be found on the and a few on the top, but that is it. It's very sparse seating now. Everybody anticipating the Callaway and Madison Prep game, which is on deck, featuring Malik Newman. He is the headliner.
It's been a first-class event all around. Even if you look at the earlier games before some of the more notorious headliners were here, you still had great attendance. Great job by Vince Overholt, Gary Caveness, and the entire staff here at the Lighthouse Classic.
And the people of Corinth, for sure. I mean, they come out and appreciated good basketball. Davis has gone cold. He's missed his last 3 shot attempts. Back iron, no good. Lee with the chance. Floater in the lane. That's got to be offensive foul, and it is. Defender was set. That's Enrique Milton. And that took some heart to stand in there because that was no easy charge to take. Malik Burnett was burrowing into the lane. It's a 1-point advantage for Provine. They also have the basketball. Dribbling on the sideline there. Did he step out of bounds? No. We've got a timeout called by Lee. Correction, timeout by Provine. That's head coach Otis Gaines over there making that call. The sharply dressed Otis Gaines, I might add. Shirt, tie, sweater, everything. I mean, he's pulled out the threads for this. An example of how Lee has climbed back into this. Hustle plays like that from Ashton Ray, getting the steal, finishing for 2, and then getting right back in the defender's face to play full court defense. That instant replay brought to you by Power. We can talk about a few of our other sponsors here. We've obviously want to thank Powerade, like we said. They are a sponsor of the replays and this event. The Hampton Inn. Physicians Urgent Care right here in Corinth. And basketball. Make sure and check out all of our sponsors and just show appreciation for their sponsorship of this event. It does cost money to put on an event like this. You got to put in to get out, and that's usually how these events work. You got to put in the money to get the teams here, get the hotel reserved, and then you'll get out attendance, fans, excitement, and a nice donation to a great cause, the Lighthouse Foundation. Check them out, lighthouseclassic.com. You can see their information there. It's a good organization. Ashton Ray pressuring the ball. Here's Marcus Wallace. He has been quiet in the second half. Good help defense, pushed out of bounds. Thought we'd get a foul on. Sism come over and intercepted that entry pass and then stumbled. It'll be Provine basketball under their own basket. Milton inbounds to Davis. Here's the guy to watch. Davis has looks from Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and mid-major colleges. Milton, trap, gets out of the trap. At the top now, picked up his dribble. Back to Davis. Provine wanting to kill a little clock. Bounce pass into the lane. Davis, cross court to Milton. Milton guarded by Wiley. Here's Milton in the lane. Now he's backing out. With a minute off the clock, and they're looking for more. Milton drug his foot. There's a turnover. Again, Evan Wiley is all over the floor on defense. He forced that turnover. You may not see it in the stat sheet, though. Ashton Ray into the front court.
For Provine, you got to be careful. The first 30 seconds, they were stalling, but the last 30 seconds was really just Lee setting down in the defense. Don't slow it down too much to where you can't pick it back up again because all the momentum is in Lee's favor right now.
Entry pass and an easy 2. Tracy puts the Lee Generals on top. I did not think I would say that sentence after the first quarter of play because it was ugly on behalf of Lee. They were turning the ball over, much like Provine is now. It's just a complete reversal from the first quarter, really the whole first half, to the second half. It's just a completely different ball game as my voice is, it's on its last leg for today. We've got one more game. We're going to get through it, though. Skip pass coming right at us. Here's Ashton. Trap, lob to the rim. Wiley pump fakes. He's fouled. We'll go to the line for 2.
Brown's so excited. I know he's really going to enjoy the film session with this team after this because he's really looking at a lot of the things that I'm sure he's harped on over the past couple weeks and some of the things that needed to be done to get his team playing like they should. And he's really seeing them take that and apply it here in this game. So I'm sure he's going to be able to look back at this footage. I know they want to end with a W, but regardless, he'll be able to really see a nice checkpoint for his squad here early on.
Wiley gets them both. 53-50 is the score. The Lee Generals have clawed all the way back. They lead by 3. Provine with the basketball. Jarikus Davis has been very quiet in the second half. Different than the first. Is this another turnover? It is. Provine has turned the ball over on 4 straight possessions. 3.5 to play. Can Lee hang on to this lead that they've worked so hard to get control of? Now you see the full court pressure from Provine. Davis pressuring the ball. Burnett in trouble. Throws it away. Back the other way. Here's Davis. Hard to the hole with one hand. Boy, that was smooth. He made it look very easy. Not an easy shot. It's a 1-point game. Play. Up and down we go. Sism fouled right in front of us. The foul will go against Davis. And I believe he's going to the 1-and-1. That is the 9th team foul against the visitors on the scoreboard. Provine. And so going to the line for 2, a chance to extend the lead, is Deron Sism. And he is a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line.
I see 2 opportunities here. I see an opportunity for the senior Jarikus Davis for Provine to really steer his team home and give them the leadership and poise they need to finish. But I also see an opportunity for Ashton Ray to continue what he's been doing, setting his big guys up. Now that they're in the penalty, you've got free throws coming in the next couple minutes.
And Sism has proven he can knock down. That may come into play down the stretch here. 3 minutes to play, under 3 to play. Ashton Ray's called for the hand check. He's not happy with that. Greg Brown, Lee High School, looks at Ashton Ray and says, hey, that is okay. It's only the 6th team foul. Nobody will shoot free throws here. 2:50 to play now. Milton with the ball. He's getting a pick from Davis. Davis is going to flash to the paint. Milton wanting to go one-on-one in the lane, up and under. Nice look and an easy 2 for Karanji Matori. Look out, coming the other way, full head of steam. Sism, and he's called for the charge. That was a train wreck. And his Sism was just flying into the front court.
One of those plays where it would be nice to have a stunt double. Yeah. Step in, take the charge, freeze frame it, have somebody else come.
Yeah, get somebody else back in. Here's Milton into the front court. Provine a chance to regain their lead. Pass deflected. Sism saves it inbounds. Loose ball. Who wants it more? Provine with the basketball into the lane. Lost control. He's called for the walk despite the heavy contact after the steps. It's called for the steps and then paid for it. That was Allen. Malik Burnett, Ashton Ray, they break the pressure. Burnett up to Ray. Ray has Wiley to his right. He has Sism running the baseline. He has the other Burnett in the corner. Here goes Ray, baseline. Oh, he was looking for Burnett, and he found us instead, landed right in front of us. And I think all mic cords stayed plugged in. We got to check ourselves here. I think we're good to go. Wallace inbounds. Here's Milton. Provine trailing by 1, 1:40 left. Jump stop in the lane, blocked from behind by Wiley. Saved out of bounds, it'll be Lee basketball. What a play by Evan Wiley. Milton made a great move, was in the lane, had an easy 2, and Wiley swatted it from behind.
Great defense, like you said. Wiley's been great all game. And I'm going to give a guy, if a guy wears tie-dye socks, I'm going to give that guy the benefit of the doubt out there on the court. That tells me he's an independent thinker, and he's out there to set the tone.
Going hard baseline is Burnett. That's Tracy Burnett. He's fouled on his way to the hoop, and he'll go to the line for 2.
This league team could easily be a team that by the end of the year, nobody will want to play them.
The defense alone is enough to scare people with the speed and length and athleticism. Those are 3 things that if you have that on your team, your defense is typically very talented. Burnett was good on the first. The second would make it a 3-point advantage. Left it short. Davis with the rebound. Here comes Wallace into the front court. It's a 2-point game. Wallace to the hole. Left it short. Rebound. Foul on the rebound. I believe Phillips was fouled, and he may go to the line for a 1-and-1. Talk about big free throws for our man Daniel Phillips, who showed out when he first came into the. He has 1 free throw made on the day. That was part of a 3-point play, so he is 1 for 1 from the line.
He's done everything else right as far as his contribution to the game. We'll see if free throws will apply as well. And he says at this point, you guys are still asking those kind of questions?
Why are you guys still doubting me?
Are you not entertained?
And the second is the same. Barely moved the net, and it is 56 all with 1:20 to play. Wherever you're at, buckle up. This will be an exciting 1:20. Ray gets it into the front court to Burnett. Back out to Ray. He's going to run his offense. This is Sism. And a heads-up timeout. You probably caught that on our mic. Greg Brown wants the timeout. It's going to be a 30-second. This is a chance for Greg Brown to flex his coaching muscles. What in the huddle to get Generals an easy bucket. Part of me says you got to go to Sism. Rise above just about anybody on the floor, but Sism has been charged with several personal or player control fouls. What I'm looking for. He has been out of control on a couple of his penetration looks.
I think Ray has done a good job of being able to wreak havoc with the defense. I'm not seeing Lee use the pick and roll enough. I think what you really got to do is be able to use that pick and roll. Get Ray in some space. If not, he can finish, knock down the mid-range, or you got one of these big fellas roll into the rim, which is a good opportunity for Lee. It bodes well for them when that happens.
Just throw it up to the rim off that pick and roll. 1 minute to play. Let's see what they go with. It's Sism. Sism. Ball handling. Do they want 1 shot? Can they hold it for 54 seconds? No, they cannot. Stolen by Davis. In transition. Thrown away. Picked up by Provine. 45 seconds to play and a great timeout by head coach Otis Gaines down to our right. That was going to get out of hand fast, and there was going to be a wild shot attempt. You could just see it happening, and he calls timeout.
And with all that we've seen Lee make, you know what? This play right here might be their best offensive play, and that's the play of being on defense, to create a steal, and then just running from there. When the game is at its messiest, And not to say they have to have a messy stigma, but yes, they've been able to really thrive in pandemonium out on the court. They get the ball, create the turnover, they're running, and they're at their best when it's that kind of style.
That's that, Virginia Commonwealth, VCU. That's their style. They even write it in the stands. They have the stands spell out havoc. They have the T-shirts that say havoc on it. That's what they want, and that really should be the Lee General slogan. They have some tools, but it's nothing like their tools on defense.
Yeah.
Dick Vitale loves saying defense leads to offense. Well, that's the Lee General way right now.
Most definitely. If you're Provine, players outside of Davis step up and get some points over the past few minutes. So we'll see if part of the staff can step up, or if Davis does what he's been doing all game.
I think it's a no-brainer. You want Davis with the basketball if you're Provine, and they had it in his hands, and the trap was coming, and Otis Gaines saw the trap and wanted a timeout. We'll see if he wants a 30 or a full. A 30-second timeout.
Now, what I don't want to see here, we'll see if they go, hold for the last shot here, or if they kind of take the first, the first good one that's available. But what you hate to see here is an instance to where a team will hold the ball for the last shot, and for some reason the guy won't start making a move until the 3 or 4 second mark, and they don't even end up getting a good shot off.
You and I have watched a lot of college basketball. I can tell. That's the one where you're screaming at the television, telling the offense to get started. They've got 33 seconds to play with here. I anticipate Davis getting the ball, and if he draws the double team, we'll get a look at how poised he is in dishing the basketball, because he's going to have open targets when he draws the double team. They trapped the last time he caught.
That was just H-sism right there in your face as you got to inbound the ball.
That's a tough inbound. He's going to trap out of it, too. Got some guys lost on defense. There's Sism recovering on the baseline. 25 seconds to play. Here's Wallace. Wallace has it on the wing. It's Mattori. Mattori lost it. It's Milton now. Milton upended into the lane. Kicks it over. There's Davis with the basketball. 12 seconds to play. Time to make a move. Mattori. Up top, it's Wallace. Wallace on the interior. It's stolen by Evan Wiley. He has it stolen. Layup at the buzzer is good. And that is how this one ends. Karanji Mattori takes it away from Evan Wiley. Evan Wiley made the steal, lost control, and it landed right in Karanji Mattori's lap, which is at the rim over the defender. 58-56. Provine on top. They had a huge lead. They surrendered it, came back, and by the skin of their teeth will leave out of here with a win. There's the steal by Wiley. Look at Mattori sneak in there, make the steal, go to the hole, and with the left hand, finish over the outstretched arm of Tracy Burnett, which is not an easy thing to do. Might have been Sism. I couldn't tell if it was Burnett or Sism going up for that block. But either way, it was a long and athletic big man. The player of the game, it looks like it's going to be Jerikas Davis, finished with an impressive stat line. I had Davis with 20 points in this one, right at an even 20. Most of them came from the mid-range jumper variety, and Provine escapes, and I mean escapes, with a 58-56 win over the 6A school Lee from Huntsville, Alabama. One last game to play tonight, and it will be an exciting one to say the least. Madison Prep, all the way from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, will take on the boys from Jackson, Mississippi, Callaway High School, who features the prospect in the country, Malik Newman. We'll tell you all about it and bring you the action next. This is the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic, and this broadcast is ran by SUV TV.